Marry Me, Leo, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Leos, starting today, the 4th of January, 2024. Moderating today on our live stream is on YouTube is the lovely Diane. And moderating on Twitch is the lovely Deline. Thank you so much, Diane and Deline. And thank you, Leos and friends of Leos, for joining us today. You know, if you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can use the timestamps to just fast forward. Today we are reading with this Stone Marseille Tarot, and I've already purified with this Provence Santé Vervain. You can find links to the perfume in the video description of this video. Unfortunately, these cards are not currently in print, but I did put a link in the video description for some other nice tarot cards that you might enjoy instead. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. This does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it does not seem to apply to you personally, it may just not be meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your own individual, your other signs, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, or remember that we have a general reading every day but Monday for all signs. And on Sunday, we come out with the following week's weekly pick-a-card reading, and you can find the most recent restreams of all tarot readings on the website, arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu. If you'd like to give a donation to this channel, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. And if you're watching on YouTube, you could always use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We also have an affiliate store, and you can find that by going to arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We make a small commission off of each and every sale there, and we do appreciate your support. Mostly what we appreciate, Leo, is that you are here with us today for this 2-week reading. And so I'm going to shuffle this up maybe 2 more times, and I think that should more than suffice to make sure that this deck is as randomized as possible to give you the most accurate reading we can. Now I'm going to just cut the deck with a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Leos. Starting today, the 4th of January, 2023. We've got 6 of Cups, we've got Queen of Wands, and we've got a 10 of Wands. Doing well. A bit overburdened, I mean, sometimes even too much of a good thing is overburden. So if you're feeling burdened, you don't need to. It's not the will of the universe for you to feel burdened, and nor is it necessary. And you can just cast your burden. I cast my burden on infinite intelligence within me, and I go free. That's a great little affirmation to have anytime you're feeling like everything is weighing you down. Just, I cast my burden on the infinite intelligence within me, and I go free. Now, this Queen of Wands is looking straight at this burden, saying, you know, we don't need to be burdened, but I am so excited about a lot of things. I can't wait to get going on certain projects. It seems like your creativity is really getting stoked. And so sometimes overdoing it is just an ego gesture to sort of make you not satisfied with all of the wonderful creativity that's going through you. So just don't allow it to be too, don't allow anything to feel like you're being too much. You know, allow yourself to take things slowly and steadily, but definitely get into that creative mode, Leo. It's really looking good. Some really great inspiration. The 6 of Cups is usually a higher inspiration, solar light type of inspiration, where things are looking different to you. And there's this creative urge that is, it doesn't have to be an artistic creative urge either. It can be, but it may be something else. You're just getting inspired. And you want to follow that inspiration, but don't let the ego turn that inspiration into a dumping ground of burden, right? You can keep those two things separate. It's a really, really a lovely time for you, though. And this, the inspirations or excuse me, the motivations to be creative and whatever that is are definitely divinely inspired and are there to be followed. 2 of Cups, 5 of Coins, 4 of Cups. It's talking about the idea that, boy, I'd love to, but I don't have the resources. It would be great to blah, blah, blah if I only had some money. I never have enough money to just even have the things that I need versus the things that I love, but I would love to do this creative stuff. Let's not do that. Let's not burden ourselves with that kind of thinking if that's true for you. Let's be willing to look at it in a different way, because this is coming from an old idea that you're not enough. It's coming from an idea that you're not enough, which is not true. And you may not even realize you think that way. But just like, if you wear cologne for a few minutes, you don't smell it, but everybody else does, right? So hopefully it's nice smelling cologne and it's not too much. But you don't realize that you possibly feel like you're not enough. Maybe you are aware of it, but you don't realize that usually because it's just so normal to you. Well, of course I'm not enough. Why would I be enough? I have all the evidence to support the fact that I'm not enough. If anybody were to question me, if I were in a court of law, I could prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm not enough. And the interesting thing about that is the solar light says that it begs to differ. So if you've never done one of the solar light meditations, you may want to try that, because what the solar light is all about is shaking you out. It's like almost giving you a chiropractic adjustment and putting you back in alignment with the divine design of your life. The divine design of your life says that I'm not enough is not even a thing. It's not even something that you can question. It's not that you're enough. It's just that you're all. You're all you. You're abundantly you. And there's absolutely nothing about you that's not perfect and fabulous. Now, the ego mind will take all the perfect and fabulous parts of ourselves and twist them around so that we either express ourselves negatively to others or to ourselves, and we try to self-destruct and try to ruin things, and it's just how this world is. It's horrible, but that doesn't change the truth about you. The universe knows who you are. The universe knows what you are, and the universe thinks you're amazing. So let that solar light, if you can just, go on my YouTube, go on to any YouTube, to search on YouTube, Gatoga solar light. You'll see there's two versions of the meditation, one that's very short and one that's still pretty short. There's also an article on my blog. If you go to arielscorner.com and click on the blog on how to work with this solar light. The reason why I'm saying that, it's not that that's the one and only way to find this, but it is a way to quickly find that divine design, so that you're not constantly at odds with yourself. Instead, you are accepting the divineness of who you are. Well, the divineness of you are never would have anything be where you don't have the resources to get your creative needs met. It's just not even possible. So once you are in alignment with the divine you, with the divine design, of course you're going to have all the resources that you need, not only to survive in this world, but also to thrive as a creative being. That's how you're supposed to be. So rather than being burdened by things which distract you from being able to do what you need to do, because that's how the ego would love to set it up. Oh, money. All you have time for is making barely enough money to just survive. So you can't be creative. Don't do that. That's very selfish of you to think creatively. You got to work. Well, let's work in a different way. Let's work with the 4 of Cups rather than the 10 of Wands. The 4 of Cups is working as a spiritual practice. So maybe it can be whatever is interesting to you. Maybe you want to do a meditational practice where you learn how to meditate every day, where you maybe doing psalm magic practice, or maybe you're doing some kind of law of attraction or something, where every single day you're coming back to a discipline where you are connecting with that solar light, or with that inner power that is part of the divine design, and not this frivolous thought form that you have picked up, just like most of us have. It's not your fault that you're not good enough, or that you're not enough, that there's a missing piece, and that you have to work so hard just barely to survive, that you can't be a creative person. You can't do what you're here to do because there's too many other things that you got to take care of, because it's such a busy, busy, busy life. That's just not true. And it will start to change to reflect that new truth once you're willing to accept it in your mind. And really start to accept the fact that, wait a minute, maybe the way I think about myself and I view myself is wrong. Maybe it's incorrect. Maybe I am powerful. Maybe I am a huge spiritual giant that has all power over things like money and work, and that has power over all of the obstacles that might seem to come into my way to thwart my creative process. Maybe that's true. And maybe I can accept that truth for myself and change my mind so that I can start to do the things that I want to do. And I can have the resources to do the things that I want to do. And that it can be lovely. It doesn't have to be all burdened and so hard all the time. That it can be a lovely, innocent, beautiful life. Start looking around, even in stories, in magazines, on websites or whatever. Look for examples of people who live a more comfortable life than you do, or who seem to be able to have the resources to do the things they want to do and still get their needs met. You can find all kinds of examples of those people. We're not saying that you should follow their life path, but just be inspired by the fact that if they can have that, so can you. They're not more special. They're not more beloved by the universe than you. You can have that. You can have anything that is possible for anybody else. You can have too. At least in some form or another. I mean, it's going to be unique to you. But this whole idea of, no, I can't do my life's work because I'm so busy. And if it wasn't for me, being busy, we would never survive. So, and I'm not saying, to stop working and stop making money and stop taking care of yourself and your family and all of that. I'm just saying, start to look at the fact that maybe it could be different. Maybe all of those needs could be met in wonderful ways, that you don't have to either say no to your creativity or feel so overburdened because there's not enough time or resources for anything, that instead you could lean into a spiritual practice that has access to all of those things for you. So work with that solar light just to see if maybe you can't, once or twice a day even, work with that solar light, or up to 4 times a day sometimes is a great idea, as is discussed in that article I mentioned on my blog, to just start to get a sense of the possibility that there is a design for your life that is not what you're experiencing right now. And that if that's possible, then maybe you could just access that and things could change. And even if they started changing subtly at first, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic change. But little by little is how the Grand Canyon was made. So it can be amazing. And you're amazing. And it's not egotistical for you to realize that, because you didn't create yourself. You didn't create yourself, so you can't really take credit for it. So when you're acknowledging how amazing you are from that point of view, it's not your ego that you're acknowledging, it's your soul. And your soul is amazing. And your soul deserves to thrive. And that's exactly what you're here to learn and to accomplish. And you're going to do a great job of it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I will be back in another 2 weeks for another 2-week reading for you. Thank you so much, Delene, and thank you so much, Diane, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, Leo. Blessed be.